Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's up? This is King Gio in the house. I want to say thank you to those who subscribe and those who have not subscribed. Yo, subscribe, hit that button, press like, share, do this, do that, do whatever you want. Today's subject is a subject that I want to talk to you about that I don't see too much on YouTube, and I think it should be addressed, especially when things are happening now with our teenager, our youth. Is I want to talk about being a better father. Being a good father to a child means a lot. I mean, I had in my state, in my instance, I didn't have the upbringing of both my parents. You know, my father was an alcoholic. My mother was distant. My mother remarried. I was close to my stepdad. I'm still am. I'm still married to my mom for 36 years. It's just actually 40 years. I'm sorry. My brother's 40. My brother's 39. And so I always wanted to have that connection with my dad, but I never had that. And my father just passed away last March, or this past March, he passed away. And I say to myself, when I was a kid, I was like, I'm gonna be a better father than my father, and I tried to be. And I see young kids nowadays, 16, 17, 18 years old, being fathers and not realizing what fatherhood really means. Just because you pregnant a girl or you're having sex, you know, sex is a responsibility. You have to be responsible with your body. You have to be responsible with the body of the other person, and you just can't just have sex just to have sex because it feels good. You know, if you're gonna have sex and you're young or whatever, use a condom, use protection. I say that to both men and women, teenagers and teenagers alike. I mean, there's nothing. I don't want men always put an excuse. Oh, that doesn't feel good, man. Listen, when you're inside there, you don't feel nothing. You're not even thinking about that. But my thing is that having sex is a responsibility, and being a father. I mean, I'm talking about just father. I'm talking about mothers. I know how it is to be a single mom, because I was a single father for 10 years, and the only one that helped me out was my mom, and I became a single father because my baby's mom decided to leave with another man. And didn't take our daughter. They didn't do anything. She just decided to leave. And my daughter's 18 now. And to this day, my daughter hasn't even seen her mom, because she chose not to. The mother chooses not to. But anyway, that's a different story. So when you become a father, it's not just okay. I have a kid and I'm just gonna do this. I mean, no, a kid needs attention. A kid needs love. You're supposed to be the protector of that child. Even if things don't work out between you and baby's mom, you know, you should always try to make amends with baby's mom, because it's very important. I believe that a child deserves to have both parents. Because there are certain things that our mom can teach that there's certain things that our mom can do that dad can do. There's certain things that but dad can do that mom can do. And I believe that. Some single mothers some single mothers may say no, that's not true, but I do believe that. And being a father is one of the most amazing things there is in the world. You could do anything in the world, but to become a father it's great, because you're giving life to somebody. You're giving life to someone else. You're raising that boy or girl the way you want it to be raised. You're teaching that boy or girl values. It's because it's going to lead to your footsteps. You want that child to become better than you. You know, a better version than you. And no matter what you do. And I see these young kids nowadays just having kids, and they don't care. They just, you got them with hyped up sneakers, and you have them with the kids with mad jewelry or nice cell phones, and the babies are dressed like crap. And then they don't give money to the baby's mama. And some baby's mother, I'm sorry to say, don't deserve it, because you give them $100 and they pay $90 for them and $10 for the kid. And you're not supposed to do that, because if I'm giving you $100, I want that $100 to be spent on my child. I want that child, if it's a baby, I want my child to have Pampers. I want my child to milk or everything the child needs. You know, and because the child was made by both of us, not just one. But when you see these young kids nowadays, they have no responsibility. They think that just having a baby is cute. They think having a baby is this or that. And then when the times come to help the mother out, they don't. And that's very important. You have to, if you're man enough to have sex with a woman, you're man enough to impregnate her, be man enough to step up, man. Don't be stepping up to the baby mama. Don't be stepping up when you see her with another man, be like, oh man, that's my son, or that's my daughter. You better not do this, you better not do that. Nah, man, don't do that. Be in that baby's life from day one. Give whatever you can from day one. Trust me, that means a lot to a child. That means a lot to a baby. It means a lot to a child. When that child grows up, it doesn't have to grow up with that emptiness. Why my dad wasn't there, why my mommy wasn't there. Because let me tell you something, man. I was an alcoholic. And being an alcoholic is not easy because you drink every day, right? That's a Trump thing. No, but being an alcoholic was not easy. But I've never, ever abandoned my daughter. Never, never. In the 18 years, I never abandoned my daughter. I seen my daughter's recitals. I seen my daughter's volleyball games. I seen her day, her in Puerto Rico, it's called Dia de Logro. That means when the kids do good things, they take them out and they compete. I've seen everything. I've never, not once have I ever missed any of my daughter's activities. Not once. Never been out of her sight. You know, and I was drinking every day. But I made that my priority. That no matter what I do, my daughter comes first. And I did that. I have an older daughter, and unfortunately I wasn't in her life. And it's not because it was through my fault. It was some circumstances happened. I went to jail, and when I went to jail, her mother was murdered before I went to jail. And when I went to jail, the baby's her grandmother had passed away, and the grandfather decided to give her up for adoption without my consent. And when I got out of jail, I called him, and he says, "Oh, your daughter, I gave her for adoption because my wife passed away." And I said, "Well, you couldn't wait." And I was calling my daughter every day from jail. At least I tried to. You know, when we used to go to church Tuesdays, the Catholic services, the priest used to give us permission to make phone calls, but it's only local. What I used to do is I used to sneeze, and then when he used to go, "Bless you," whatever, you look the other way, just put the area code first real quick, and then I dialed, but he never picked up the phone. And then I finally saw my daughter in 2012 when she turned 18 years old. And let me tell you, that was one of the best moments of my life, seeing my own daughter. She looks like me. She's intelligent. She's smart. I went a little bit too far because she wanted her own little space. And I just kept on and kept on. And to me, everybody was like, "Oh, Gio, give her space, give her space, give her space. Let her, come to terms with it. She just met you." But I was just so excited to see my daughter after 16 years. That's time I saw her, she was 2 years old. And after 16 years, I got excited. I just wanted to be with her. I wanted to be in her life. And I guess I overwhelmed her. And she pushed me away. She said, "I don't want nothing to do with you." I guess I was overbearing. I was so overbearing. And to this day, I haven't seen her. But I do love her regardless. I mean, not regardless. She's my daughter anyway, and I do love her. And I wish I could have a relationship with her, because I know what it means. So going back, so when you see these kids having kids, you say to yourself, "Wow, do they actually know what it is to having a kid? Do they actually know what it is to be a father?" Because I see guys that have 10, 20 kids, and that's not life, bro. How you can maintain 20 kids? How can you love all of them at one time and you're not even there? A kid deserves his father in his life. A kid deserves a mother in his life. A kid deserves to be loved by both parents, even if they're not together. But to be a father in this day and age is hard because all the kids do is either cell phones and blah, blah, blah. They don't have that responsibility. Now, back in the days, well, it was, okay, I got this girl pregnant, I'm going to work, I'm going to bust my ass to take care of my child. Some guys do have that mentality nowadays, but the majority, they don't. You're a 16-year-old boy, you're pregnant a 16-year-old girl, boom, what you going to do? Are you going to get a job? No. Are you going to still continue to go to school? No. I mean, you're going to continue to go to school, you're not going to get a job, And it's not fair for that child. Because it's not fair for that child, it's not fair for that mother. But I feel more bad for the child than I do for the mother, because having sex is responsibility of both of yours, both women and men, and you got to take the responsibility that if you're having sexual intercourse, you should wear a condom. If you don't want to have a kid, then you should wear a condom. You should use the protective measures to prevent a pregnancy. Okay, because every woman is not capable of being a mother, and every man is not capable of being a father. So you have to be there for your child. You have to be adamant and say, "You know what? I cannot be a child anymore. I have to bust my ass. I'm going to give my kid everything that I want. I mean, everything that he needs. Not everything that he wants, but everything that he needs. I make sure that he's clothed right, that he's fed right, that he's given the right, stuff like that. Don't be going out there buying your little kid. Because I see this a lot of times. Might go buying your little kids $100 Nikes, $200 Nikes. Come on, the kid don't need that. Your kid needs to be dressed nice. You want to, okay, dress them nice, but make sure that those $200, that $200 goes to food, goes to his food, his shelter. I mean, those are the kind of things. Be in your child's life. Don't wait for another man to come in and you want to be daddy, or all of a sudden you want to be daddy. No, that's not the way fatherhood works. You should be a father from day one. From the minute that woman tells you, I'm pregnant, you should just be there. Regardless if they say you guys broke up and she's with another man, regardless, man. Regardless of what happens, because that child's gonna need you. That child's gonna need his daddy. That child's gonna want to see his daddy or her daddy. And it's very important, guys. It's very important that you be in your kid's life. Don't just have sex with a girl and then just leave her with a child. That's not man. That's not being a man, man. That's being a coward. That's being a punk ass bitch, actually. And women, be selective in the men who you choose. If you know a guy is not a father to 5 kids, what makes you think he's gonna be a father to your kids? Okay? And just choose, choose protection. But guys, you have to step up your game, man. You have to step up, like Uncle in Spider-Man, when his uncle said, Peter, with powers come with great responsibility, and the kid is a responsibility. It's not just a toy that look how cute. Blah, blah. No, it's not. It's not. That kid needs love. The kid needs to be taken care of. They need to be hugged and kissed. And men, stop saying to your kids that men don't cry. Stop doing that. Stop making them macho. Stop making them be machos. That when that men don't cry. Men don't. No men do cry. Jesus cried, so I'm gonna cry. If something hurts, of course I'm going to cry. That's why sometimes men beat up a woman. Sometimes men, because their fathers be like, oh no, you're the man in the house. You're supposed to do this. She's supposed to do that. No, that's not the way it goes. You teach your child, you teach your son that women are created equal. You teach your child that a woman is very fragile. That's the most important thing that she should be in your life, because at the end of the day, that woman's going to take care of you. And at the end of the day, if you get sick, that woman that really loves you, she's going to be there for you no matter what. Not no chicken head, but that woman is going to be there. So treat her as your equal, or even treat her better than your equal. But be men. Be good to your kids. I mean, I don't know how much I can stress this out, but it is of utter importance that we as men, it's utter importance of me as a father to give this advice over your young kid can see this and will say, I'm going to be a father. What should I do? What how can I make myself better as a father and stuff like that? You become a young parent. You just work your ass off, give your child a lot of love, and let things take its course. Don't fight if you would not with the baby's mama. Don't fight with the baby's mama. Just be in good terms. If you can't be in good terms, then you go to court and you just ask to get visitations. I don't believe, unless it's necessary, unless it's absolutely necessary. Don't try to separate your kid out of addiction, being vindictive, trying to separate, try to take your kid out of vindictiveness from the mother. A child needs his mother, child needs his father. If I have a baby and my baby's mom and we don't get along, I'm gonna leave my baby with my baby's mom. And I go visit him every day. I play with him every day. I go see him on the weekends if I have to. If I got a chance to see him as much as I can. But I would never take that child away from her, because that child needs that love, needs that bond. There are certain things that we can love our kids and we can love them dearly to death. But there's that bond between that mother and child that's unbearable. I don't know. I just can say if you're in the process of becoming a dad, there are classes out there you could take to be a better dad. Because like I said, it's not all material. It's not all material that you get your son a big chain or your daughter a big chain, good shoes and good clothing. No, what's the point of you dressing up your kid right and then you just treat them like, I don't want to play with you, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Meanwhile, my daughter was, hey daddy, can I get makeup on you? Sure. Hey daddy, can I put a dress on you? Sure. Hey daddy, sure. Can we play cheap? Yes, we can do all that. I had an open relationship with my daughter. She told me everything. I mean, my daughter was my world. She still is my world. They both are my world. Then I got two sons. They said they're my stepchildren, but they are my sons, and I teach them the same thing that I give my daughter. I give to them the same love, the same affection. I teach him to be I teach him to be gentlemen, not to, my mother was just like, his other brother's birthday, goes, "Hey, don't cry, man, don't cry." And like, no, don't do that. Men do cry. Don't be saying that. I never teach my son. I don't know where he got that from, but just be the best person that you can be and love that child the best you can. And when you feel that you can't no more, if you're a single father, you seek help, man. But it is important that you, as a young kid, and if you're having a child, be in a child's life. And if you're a man and you don't want to be with a baby's mama, be with your kid, because that's your son or that's your daughter. It took two to make him, right? And don't be, well, I'm not gonna go over there. No, be a man. Man, stick like a man. You stay there like a man. You endure it. And if you have to work 2 or 3 jobs so for the baby can have a good life, then you do it. Because the whole point is that you want your kids to have a better life than you. I don't want my kids growing up like I grew up in the South Bronx where I saw shootings, and I don't know. I live in a place right now where they're shooting all the times. I just don't like it. And I want my Hispanic brothers I want my black brothers to be cognizant of what it means to be a father, because I see a lot of Hispanics and I see a lot of blacks that just do what they do and they just leave the girl, or they become fathers when another man comes into their life of the baby's mom. No, I want us to be the best fathers that we can be to our kids. Like I said, it doesn't have to be materialistic. It's just love. Be there for your kid. Hug them, squeeze them, just. And when your kid says, "Daddy, I don't do this in front of don't do this in front of people," like, "Yeah, give me the hug, yeah." And then he'll probably hate you for that minute, but then later on he goes, "Oh, my dad loves me," and that's the best word. That's the best feeling there is when your son or your daughter says, "Dad, I love you," and you say, "I love you too." My daughter says that I'm her best friend, that I'm her hero. What beautiful! What more words than that? What more do I need when I hear those words? And I became a father at 22, and I didn't become a father earlier because I wasn't prepared. I really wasn't, and I wasn't going to put myself in a situation where I knew I couldn't give that. I could give maybe that child some love, but I couldn't give it the love that he needed. So I wouldn't put myself in that situation. I wouldn't put a girl or a woman at that time in that situation. So I waited, and then after I had to have my first daughter at 22, I didn't have my second daughter until I was 28. Because I don't want to bring a child into this world knowing that I can't take care of it, knowing that I can't give it love. And yes, I was drinking, but I just wasn't ready. I was very protective. I always wore condoms and stuff like that. But I knew that if I did this, there was certain responsibility that comes with it. And I just wasn't ready for those responsibility. And I just didn't become a father when most people at my age that were 17, 18 years old, they were already fathers. I didn't want to be that. I wanted to enjoy life, but I didn't want to also not be able to give that child what that child deserves. I wasn't ready. And if I'm not ready to do that, then I'm not ready. Then I shouldn't put that woman in that position. It's like, oh, King Gio, you never there. King Gio, you never here. Your child needs this, but you don't that. Then I don't want a child to ever claim to me, "Dad, why don't you come to my baseball games? Why don't you come to my basketball?" My daughter says, "Oh, Dad, why don't you come to my recitals? Why don't you come to my plays? Why don't you come see me do this? And why don't we ever spend time together?" And I go, "Oh, because I got work to do, but I really don't got work to do, and you just don't want to be in the house." But don't do that. Don't do that. A child needs a love and attention from both parents. And if you're going to become a father and you're a young buck right now, I suggest that you be the best that you can be. Forget about the materialistic things and just love your child. Love, hug, and teach your child the right way. Don't teach him the ways that the streets do. Don't teach that child that easy money is not good. Teach that you got to bust your ass to make, to have a to make a good living. If it means pick up the garbage in the streets or working in sanitation, it's not a bad job because they do pay good. But teach them, teach your child to be the best that they can be, and love them like you never loved anybody else, because that's your child, that's your blood. So I just hope that this resonate in some kid's head and resonate in the woman's head too. And before you you decide to take that leap and have sex, make sure that you do it with protection, and make sure that you choose. We all don't know who's going to be the great father, but just make sure you don't choose that guy that has 5 kids and doesn't even pay child support, doesn't even see his kids, doesn't even do anything. And you may say, and there's someone that may say, "Oh, he's going to be different with me." No, he's not. You know. So, guys, be responsible. Love your kids. Be there for them, no matter what, and just be a father. It's very important, man. So I just hope that this resonates in someone's head, and they can say, you know what, King Gio, you help me out. And if you have any questions on what it can be, just make sure, you hit a comment. And if you have an email, want to talk private, you leave me your email, and I'll get back to you, because I try to answer all my comments, even the negative ones I answer. So guys, take care. Make sure that you like and subscribe, guys.